Alright, what's up traders, it's Khati, founder of DesireToTRADE. So I'm publishing this on YouTube live as well, so I just want to check that everything's working, and I'm gonna start with the video for today. Awesome. So it's working on YouTube live. If you guys are ever on YouTube, make sure to check out the channel. I'm doing these video live sometimes. But what I want to do in this video is I want to show you one trade that I took recently. I just entered a trade. I don't know whether the trade is going to be good or not, and I don't really care. That's not the goal. What I want to show you is how I analyze the market and what I was looking for that trade. So we'll start. I'm back on TradingView right now on CAD, and I always start with the daily chart most of the time. Okay, this is the first thing I'm gonna do. I have these notes here that I take sometimes on what I want to enter, how I want to enter the market. But basically, we can see that we have a range. Okay, so consolidation here. Right, consolidation to the downside a little bit, sort of a channel. So what I was looking at in this channel was for a break of the channel, right? And that break, we had it right here, but it wasn't convincing enough because price came back within the channel. Okay, usually when price comes back within the channel, it means the sellers here didn't have enough pressure, so they just failed to push the price lower. Then once we get back in the channel, two things can happen. Either one, I'm gonna try to write one. Okay, we can either go back, like so other channel like this. We can either go down here, come back, and then go above here. Okay, this is one way. Or price could simply go back and stay within the same range. Okay, this is the other way. Or if we break down like this, price could simply go back up in the channel just to retest and then come back down. So what I want to do is I want to find evidence for each of these scenarios. So I'm zooming a little bit in my channel, going on the 4-hour chart. Okay, so I'm zooming on a 4-hour chart to see really what's happening and if I have any evidence of possible trade. So I'm in this channel. Now I see the break here, as you can see. Now we came back within. We had some sort of downward move here, but this is not the kind of move that's convincing for me. Okay, this is only a move. It's not that big. It's not huge. It's just like a bit of pressure by the sellers, so it might simply be a pullback. Like in fact, it was a pullback. So this is not convincing enough. Now we get back to here, and this is where one of my favorite setup come into play. Okay, we have this move up, and then bearish engulfing candle right there. Okay, not that strong because we have this wick, but still pretty significant. My favorite setup has to do with using the Bollinger Band to combine this with this engulfing candle. So I'm just gonna put the Bollinger Band, which I had on my chart, and as you can see, we have the perfect setup I like, which is a break of the Bollinger Band, bearish engulfing candle, and then we go back here within the Bollinger Band. Okay, so this is a good setup for me. Now, I probably have to say that this is not the perfect setup because we have this wick. Okay, the wick below the candlestick makes it a little bit challenging, a little bit hard, but we'll still have a lot of pressure from the seller. So I'm still taking that trade. The only difference is that usually I'm gonna enter below the low of the candlestick, right? As a sell trade, I will put my stop loss above and take profit lower. But since the candlestick here is huge, and we have this big wick downward, I'm gonna forget this entry, and instead I'm gonna enter just on the close of the candle. So as soon as this candle here closed, that's where I entered the market. Stop loss above, and this gives me a good reward to risk, because then having a 2-to-1 reward to risk, I'm placing my stop loss. I'll just calculate it, but I'm pretty sure. I'll place my stop loss above here, and I'm able to probably go around there. So see, that gives me 2.13 of reward to risk, which is pretty good. The way I'm going to trade this is probably to take some profit halfway at 1-to-1 reward to risk. Not all of the profit, just part of it, because I want to make sure I lock in some profit. I'm then going to move the stop loss to break even. Second thing. And then third thing, I'm gonna wait until price gets to this target, like 2 to 1 of reward to risk. And then I'm gonna decide if I want to close all the position or leave part of it open. Okay, that's gonna depend on price action. If I see that price action is super bearish at that point, I'm just gonna keep part of the position open because I want to make sure I get the most profit. But if I kind of see a reversal pattern at that point, then I'm gonna get out as soon as possible because I don't want to risk price coming back up and hitting a stop loss. But this is a basic process I follow. So you always need to have an understanding of the background. Okay, so what's happening overall? And this is why the daily chart for me is super important. I'm looking at a daily chart all the time. I'm basing my own trading on that chart alone because I want to understand what's happening on the chart. Okay, if I don't get the daily chart, I feel like I'm only taking like it's like if I was looking only with one eye on the market. But having the daily chart and having all the stuff in place, then looking on a smart time frame, that is the best way for me to do it. So I hope this video was valuable. If so, I would love if you like it. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like that. I'm going to keep putting more out there. I'm doing about 1 per day, and that's what I like to do. So if you want to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.